And joining us right now from Fox Business Channel is the one and only Stuart Varney. A happy week before Thanksgiving to you, Stuart Varney.
I love Thanksgiving. It's the all-American holiday, and I celebrate it with gusto.
Hold on a minute. You said Thanksgiving.
Oh, so Thanksgiving.
Well,
see,
now,
I agree.
now Larry and I have a debate about how that should be pronounced, but you go with Thanksgiving.
No. I'm going to reverse myself.
There you go. See, it was just a slip of the tongue. Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you for speaking
but
English.
he speaks British.
Yeah, instead of Texan. Stuart, well, I wanted to wish you Thanksgiving because we won't be talking to you next Thursday, of course, on the holiday. So given that, this is a big week for retail outlets coming up ahead, and I wonder if you're hearing anything on the street, as they say, about Kmart, Walmart, Target, and also the online retailers. What kind of week's it going to be for the U.S. economy?
That's a very good question. I think it will be a pretty good week. Not stellar, not terrible, but pretty good. And I say that because gas prices have fallen so far, so fast, that's put so much more money into people's pocket, literally dollar bills stuffed into the wallet. I think some of that will be spent. I think it's going to be a pretty good retail season.
So hold on a minute. You're telling me that by having domestic production of gas and oil, we're lowering gas prices, which puts more money in people's pockets, so they're going to use that to spend on themselves, which actually drives the economic engine of America. Are you saying that it trickles down, Stuart Varney?
No, I would not use that expression. That is a pejorative expression, and I'm not going to use it. But your logic is absolutely on target. Yes, we have vastly expanded domestic oil and gas production. That has driven down the price of crude oil, and that has driven down the price of gasoline. I've got the national average for regular this morning, according to AAA, at $2.85 a gallon. It's falling 1 cent per gallon per day, and it's been doing that for over 6 weeks every day. That's wonderful news. Yeah. Love it.
And and we always say that when gas prices go up, it really hits broadly across the economy, and the reverse is true when it goes down.
Yes. By the way, Brian, in the town of Spring, Texas, if you drive up to the Stripes gas station, you can get gas this morning for $2.24 cash.
Wow. Actually, I'm going to be driving through there next week, so I'll fill up.
Fill up, baby.
All right. So, look, I want to talk to you a little bit about, what's going to happen tonight. The President of the United States is going to announce action on immigration. And he's going to do so, and this is the thing that's controversial. He's going to do so without any involvement of the legislature. He basically is going to be taking action and imposing laws on this country that will grant amnesty to some 5 million people without involving the legislature one whit. Do you have concerns about that?
Yes, I do. He is not going to do what his office demands of him. He's not going to faithfully enforce the law of the land. He's not going to do it. He's stepping aside from what is the law of the land, and I don't think he should do it. I think he's setting up all kinds of political problems, obviously. I think he's doing it because he wants a legacy, and I think that's what it's all about, and I think he wants to import 5 million Democrat voters. That's what I think he's doing. He's going to create all kinds of problems because of this, and I don't think he should do it. I think, look, I'm obviously born and raised in England. I'm an outside observer of the American scene, and the way I thought it was supposed to work is that the executive branch, the president, gets together with the legislative branch, the Congress, and they do a deal to get something done. Well, manifestly, that has not happened. And I don't think you should go around the legislature just because you can't get what you want. I don't think you should do that.
Well, those are quaint notions, Stuart. I mean, come on.
Well, here I am, freshly arrived, not quite fresh off the boat, but I think I do understand the brilliance of the American system, the balance of power, the fact that the several branches of power have to coordinate and cooperate to get things done so that the country accepts what they've done.
Yeah.
And this is manifestly the direct opposite. And 5 million people. people. It's an enormous chunk of population to suddenly say, okay, you stay.
Well said, Stuart. And by the way, you should never shy away from, even though you weren't born here, you shouldn't shy away from commenting on these things. It never stopped Piers Morgan, and look how well that worked out for him. Stuart, back to the Thanksgiving issue here with regard to retail outlets. A lot of companies, specifically Kmart right now, but also Walmart and Target, are under a little bit of fire for forcing their employees, in the words of the employees, to work on the holiday. There's a petition out there now. A lot of employees are saying it's against family values. You shouldn't force people to come and work on the holiday. Do you think that there's going to be some negative repercussions for these companies because they're open on the holiday?
No, I don't. I think in the retail business, it goes with the job. If you know up front that you're going to have to work strange hours on holidays, you accept that up front going in, then I think that's the way it is. Accept it.
Yeah, part of the gig.
I think if companies should offer, the ideal solution is for companies which wish to open on Thanksgiving should essentially ask for volunteers.
Yeah.
Would
reward them with some holiday premiums.
You want double time? Come on in on Thanksgiving. We'll pay you double time. If you don't want to do it, stay home with the family. We're cool with that. Mm-hmm. If you did that, I think that would be a plus, a PR plus for a retailer who did that. You satisfy everybody, and I think that's a good thing.
Hey, I see where a lot of people are talking about your mayor up there in New York. Might want to be the president of the United States.
I'm groaning, Brian. I'm sorry, I'm groaning. I'm familiar with his interview with Mike Allen. I'm familiar with him saying that essentially the American voter, they're all victims. We're stuck or we're falling backwards. But then I look at this mayor and I think, well, what are you going to do about it? And his answer is, well, we're going to tax the rich and we're going to stop these charter schools which are taking kids away from those wonderful public schools. This man is just, I'm sorry, the man's a socialist. He's a failure. He's rubbing everybody up the wrong way. And heaven forbid he puts his hat in the ring. Well, I hope he does put his hat in the ring to be the president. Then we can have a vote on the thing.
Exactly. And we get that kind of progressive ideology out there as part of the debate. Stuart Varney, always good to have you, sir, and a preemptive happy Thanksgiving to you, since we won't see you next week.
All of my American colleagues.
Thank you, Stuart.